business. To some, it's never an easy task to partake. And to some, they have very good stories of how they started from scratch and built their empires to profitability. And that's the reason why Bizna Kenya and MC Moment have partnered to bring you Biz Talks. Biz Talks. And here we shall be hosting mentors, people who have gone ahead of us, people who have created these empires, people who have also on the verge of creating these particular big businesses. And these lessons will be valuable for you, the business person, for you, the aspiring business person, the entrepreneur, so that at least you can make wise decisions.
Recording in progress.
To building that business. So every Friday at 8 a.m. on all business platforms, that's the Facebook and YouTube channel. And of course, MC Moments. Good morning and welcome to Biz Talks. I hope you're having a good morning, quite chilly, and we have to try to keep ourselves warm as much as we can. Now, this is an interesting conversation we're going to have today because we get to learn, if I may call it that, because this is going to be sort of like a class. Have you ever heard about Forex trading? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because we want to understand it. What is this all about? Because yes, maybe we have heard about local shares, how we can deal with that, from the bonds to the equities to all those kind of things. But what about this matters, Forex? So I'm here today with an amazing gentleman who is an expert in those matters, and he's going to help us get to understand how maybe we can diversify our portfolio by investing to such places. His name is Rufus Kamau, and he is the markets and research analyst at Scope Markets. We're going to understand more what that is all about. But before we get into that conversation, as usual, we have to welcome him with a cup of tea. Karibu sana Rufus, man.
Santi.
Great. So, courtesy of Melvin's, we have a chest here of a conglomerate of what you can choose to have. So you can make a choice as I grab some water. What are you going to have there?
Thank you for the offer.
Yes.
I would go with the mint.
With the
green
mint,
one, yes.
Okay, grab one because I'm going to serve you some hot water so we can flow as well.
Yes.
If you can flip that cup for me, then I can serve you some of this hot water. So, you know, I don't know whether it's okay to tell people. You told me you come from the cold areas of this country.
Yes, I come from Limuru, one of the coldest.
How are you guys surviving then?
Kind of get used to it. We can adapt to the environment.
You know, anytime I take a drive up there,
Yeah.
I see those nice sheep. And that tells me that those places, man,
Yes.
you need such kind of clothing to flow, is it?
Over time, you get to adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me try something new today. You had a mint, eh?
Yes.
Okay, that's green tea and mint, eh? Maybe I should try the same thing as well. Okay. All right. If you're watching us right now, please let somebody get to know that, you know what, you can actually invest your money globally. And if you want to get to know, you better listen to the conversation today. So I'm inviting you to tell someone, click on that share button so that at least they can get to learn about Forex trading. Everything about, you know, how you can invest your money all the way up even in the US markets. Thank you so much, Rufus, for coming. And before we get into the conversation, could we help our viewers get to know who Rufus is and how did you just get interested in all these matters markets?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my name is Rufus.
Yeah.
I'm a research and markets analyst at Scope Markets Kenya.
Yeah.
So I'm a trader. I've been trading for the last 8 years. Trading in the financial markets for various assets. I've been trading Forex, trading stocks.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm a trainer and analyst. So with Scope Markets, I'm working full-time as an analyst. I do a lot of analysis in the market.
Okay.
And also I train people from beginner all the way to pro level.
Okay.
Yes.
Lovely. So let me ask you, tell me about Scope Markets. Who are they and what do they do?
Yes. So you've probably seen our brand on the EPL if you watch the English Premier League. We are currently sponsoring West Ham on the band.
Scope Markets is sponsoring.
Yes.
You guys are big, man.
Yes.
The only local company who had them sponsoring something were these guys who do betting.
Yes.
Yes.
So Scope Markets is a global brand. It's headquartered in Cyprus.
Okay.
It has operations in more than 7 countries. So in Kenya, it's actually 2 years old since we got our license from the Capital Markets Authority of Kenya.
Yeah.
So we have been in operation for the last 2 years.
Okay.
And what we offer is a trading platform.
Okay.
So on this trading platform, you get access to global online markets where you can trade various asset classes.
Yeah.
So on top of the list is Forex assets. That is, you can speculate on currencies.
Okay.
Also, you can speculate on global stocks. That is shares of companies trading in global exchanges such as the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, London Stock Exchange, and so on.
Okay.
So we also have other asset classes such as indices.
Yeah.
We have commodities such as gold and oil, and also we have what we call ETFs, exchange traded funds.
Okay.
Lastly, we have futures contracts.
Wow. I know that's a bit of some jargon for some people here. You just threw in some jargons of all the products, but hey, sometimes we have to dive in to get to understand all these matters. All right, that's quite interesting. I think two key things to take out there. Number one is that you're regulated by the CMA, so you are legal. So if anybody who's interested, then just join Scope Market. Definitely, it means that they are safe. The safeguards have been put in place.
Yes.
Of course, that's a very good, reassuring thing for any, if I may use the word, brokerage firm locally as well to be licensed. Well, the second thing that you talked about is that you're not only just, you're not just here, but your headquarters are in the US as well, and you have all these platforms as well that you can.
No, the headquarters is in Cyprus.
Cyprus.
Yes,
Where is Cyprus?
Europe.
Sorry.
It's in Europe.
Europe.
Yes.
Good one. Good one. Lovely. Thanks for that. Let's get into the conversation now. But before we dive in to understand the Forex market, I would want to, because you have been seeing people who definitely come to you and the first questions are like, I want to get in there, those kind of things. And I'm sure you have seen different types of people who, some just dive in because they hear people make money out of it. Others dive in with knowledge that I'm here to really, with my goals to achieve. What sort of people, by the way, invest in this Forex market? Is it for everybody? Is it just the elitist?
So traditionally,
yes,
the Forex market was a reserve for wealthy individuals and organizations. Okay. So there was a lot of barriers to entry. One of them was finding education. So investing education is very rare, especially here in this country, in Kenya.
Yeah.
So knowing about financial markets, the opportunities available was very rare information, which you would have to pay top dollar to get that information.
Okay. Yeah.
So at the same time, there was the issue of regulation. So if you wanted to trade Forex, you would have to trade with a foreign broker, you'd have to send your money offshore and so on.
With a foreigner, yeah.
So all those barriers is what we are trying to break down so that we can reach everyone. So basically, Forex trading is being democratized so that you can reach everyone anywhere. Okay. So we have removed the barriers to registration. If you are looking to buy Forex assets, to buy offshore shares, you don't have to pay a registration fee. Yeah. So the registration is completely online.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And when it comes to education, we are providing this education free of charge. Wow. So as I mentioned, I'm a trainer. Yes. So we'll take you through the beginning. Introduce, this is what you call Forex. This is what you call a stock exchange. This is the Forex market. This is how it works. This is the trading application, which you can simply download in your device, mobile phone, laptop, and basically learn everything. Okay. So right now, I wouldn't say it's elitist. I would say it's something that anyone can access, as long as you're willing to invest time to learn. Okay. Yeah.
So that means then, at least I'll have a holding hand so that I'm not just jumping in anyhow. Yes. And I will at least be getting some guidance. Yes. Let me ask you a question, by the way, which was actually sort of like you've touched on. Are there people who just dive in there by themselves?
Yes.
I've read bad stories, man, of guys who lost some money.
Yes.
Sorry to start with that note. Yeah.
So we have a very popular athlete that learned the skill from YouTube in this country. Oh. Yeah. So at the same time in Kenya, there are people who actually learn the skills online, and then they will simply come to Scope Markets, register an account, and start trading right away. Yeah. So the information is available out there. There are so many guys who are offering this information. Most of them provide free of charge. Others, it's based on subscription. Okay. So there are books. There's so much content on the internet. Yeah. So what we are doing as a Scope Markets is to narrow it down so that we shorten the distance. Okay. You don't have to go through so many resources to learn a very simple concept. Yeah. So we break it down using a simple structure. We show you that we are going to train you this. At the end of this presentation, you are going to learn this. So this way, people can be able to reach their goal faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense there. So I'm still not jumping in yet to the Forex trading. I still want to ask you a question. How prepared should I be before getting into this market? I mean, from your own perspective, from the people you have interacted with, how prepared should I be?
Okay. So just like any other investment, if you're going to get into the Forex market, the very first thing you need to do is to learn.
Yeah.
You need to understand the market that you're investing in. So if you're looking to invest in agriculture, you need to learn. I'm going to plant in this soil, these kind of crops, the harvest, the cycle, and so on. So the same case happens with Forex.
Yeah.
You need to learn, understand what are Forex assets,
Yeah.
what is a brokerage firm, how does it work,
Yeah.
what are the risks involved.
Yeah.
So once you learn how to use the trading platform, and once you feel comfortable, then you can decide to invest. So when it comes to investing in Forex, you don't have to start big.
Yeah.
You don't need a million Kenya shillings to start, 100,000 Kenya shillings to start.
Yeah.
You can start with as little as $100. That is roughly 10,000 Kenya shillings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Lovely. I want to allow you to sip some tea here as I tell some people takeouts here.
Yes.
We'll be having this series actually to just really help us understand how to just dive into this. And I love what Rufus has said, that hey, you don't have to start with a lot of money, you know, even from as little as 10K, that's what he has said, you can actually get into the market. Now, please tell a friend to tell a friend, and if you have any questions you can share with us so that at least we can understand. We're just diving in into the matters of Forex trading, and that was just a preamble, and I want to just dive in into now, what is Forex trading? That's
Yes.
the question I know everybody is waiting to hear. Yes.
So when it comes to Forex trading, I would like to first of all describe the market before now we look at the trading.
That's okay. That's okay. Go ahead.
So the Forex market is a global market. It's a decentralized, meaning there is no physical location that you can go and trade Forex.
Okay.
So it's totally decentralized.
Okay.
I would like to make a distinction. If you look at the Nairobi Stock Exchange, there's one central location where all transactions are settled.
Absolutely.
But if you look at the Forex market, it's totally decentralized.
Okay.
So there's no central location, it's completely online.
Okay.
So on this market, when you look at the assets being traded, it's purely currencies.
Yeah.
So it's currencies from all over the world, starting with the US dollar, the euro, the British pound, the Kenyan shilling, South African rand, and so on. So participants from all over the world will buy and sell currencies against each other.
Okay.
So that activity of buying and selling sets the demand and supply, which determines the exchange rates.
Okay. Pause there, because I want to understand this from a layman perspective.
Yes.
Anytime I'm coming up Westland somewhere there, I normally see a board written. This is the exchange for the dollar and some other euro, whatever, all those kind of things. That's part of Forex trading, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm going to ask you how people make money out of this.
Yes.
All I know is that also in the evening, I'll see that the shilling versus the dollar was this amount. Like now we're talking about how the shilling is not doing well against the dollar. So all you're saying is that there are people who will buy those dollars, of course change to shillings, and out of that they will make their own money out of that.
Yes.
And what scope market, and correct me if I'm wrong, what scope market does is that now you have enlarged the market so that now all these currencies, you can play around with them.
Yes.
And make your money out of it.
Yes.
Ish. We shall get to the predicting all these things, because sometimes I know this one requires some expert way of looking at it.
Yes.
Okay, so have we exhausted that definition of what Forex market is?
Not yet.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So when it comes to the market, the biggest participants are, of course, the commercial banks. So at any given time, there's someone who is sending money from Kenya to the US, there's an American sending some money to China, there's a Chinese guy sending some money to Brazil, and so on.
Yeah.
And all those cross-border transactions will involve some exchange rate between one currency and the other. So what basically happens, if you walk to a local bank right now, let's say you want to buy some US dollars, the local bank may not be willing to sell you the US dollars.
Yeah.
So they basically link you up to the market. So the small board that you see with the exchange rate between the Kenya shilling and the US dollar, they're basically connecting to the market. They see this is the current rate.
Yeah.
Of course, they will add a little bit of something to make a profits for themselves.
Yeah.
But they'll give you the actual rates in the market. So they'll find you a seller in the market, and then they link you up, you buy, and you get the transaction settled.
Okay, there you have it. So, quick question here. How different is this from normal markets? Because we are fond of hearing about shares, equities, and all that.
Yeah.
Just one more time, how different is it?
One of the big differences between these other markets and the Forex is liquidity. It's
liquidity terminology.
Yes. So when you talk of liquidity, talking about the amount of money available in that market.
Okay.
It's so much money because we are looking at all currencies in the world.
Everybody's money.
Yes.
Yes.
So the total volume that is transacted per day is the highest in all other markets.
Wow.
So it's the
I can
biggest
imagine
market
because
in the world.
everybody is having some money somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you look at corporations, let's say Apple is selling some products in Kenya, they have to wire back their money back to the US.
Yeah.
So all those
Conversions
transactions.
as well.
So if you look at all the corporates that are operating internationally, you look at investment banks, you look at central banks all participating in the same market, then the transaction volume is too high.
Yeah.
So the liquidity makes it the big king market.
Okay, there you have it. That's markets 101, liquidity taught there. Go ahead.
Yes. So when it comes to now trading, scope markets basically connect you as a trader to the Forex market.
Okay.
So when we talk about scope markets as a Forex broker, it basically comes in between you and the market.
Okay.
So just like a wholesaler does, they will buy goods in bulk and then break it down and then sell you in smaller quantities is what scope markets does.
Okay.
So we link you up and also provide you with something called leverage. So with leverage on your side, you can actually take small trades in the market without affecting your portfolio.
Okay.
So as scope markets, once we link you up, for you, you don't have a role to, let's say, own currencies. You're mainly participating as an, I would say, speculator.
Okay, so you're just making your money through speculations.
Yes. So you look at currencies, do your analysis, and if you do your analysis and your analysis tells you that the euro is going to be stronger than the dollar, then you basically buy the euro when it's low. When the price goes up, you sell, and the difference becomes your profit.
Okay. I have a question now.
Yes.
Because you've said the difference makes the profit, you know, and I'm going to ask you this. And this is so layman there. Okay.
Yes.
Why is it important? Because somebody's listening and is wondering, okay, Forex, why would he, what, if they asked you that question, why is it important? What would you tell them?
I would say, in terms of investment, there are so many investment vehicles out there that you can consider putting your money in.
Yeah,
so
Kashamba or whatever.
Yes, you can do Kashamba, you can go for, let's say, start a new business and so on.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the performance of these different industries, then Forex trading is among the top investment vehicles right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I like the fact that it's actually, you say you use the word now, so people really need to think about this as well, to diversify themselves, is it?
Yes. So as mentioned, at scope markets, we offer different asset classes. So if you look at the success stories, that is people who have made money globally, people who are making an impact right now, a lot of their money is invested in global financial assets, and top among the list is shares, then we have Forex among other assets.
So I'm going to ask you this because, you know, where I come from, we like getting straight to the point there. Are the Forex markets better than shares?
Yes.
Wow! Buy me to that. Tell me why.
So when it comes to the Forex market,
it's
a little bit predictable more than shares. Okay. At the same time, currencies are much more stable compared to shares. So if you look at individual companies, there's that risk that a company can actually go down, and there's also that opportunity that a company can grow exponentially.
Definitely.
So for instance, a company's share price can move from, let's say, 5 Kenya shilling with the case of Safaricom, all the way up to, let's say, 35 Kenya shillings. So that's like 7 times up.
Yeah.
For currencies, it's very difficult for a currency to, let's say, double in value.
Yeah.
So the Kenya shilling is going for 107 Kenya shillings for $1, right? So I don't think in the next 5-10 years we are going to see 214.
No.
You see?
Yeah.
So it's kind of predictable. We know the
Yeah.
extremes. When the Kenya shilling is 2 week against the dollar, we know we do 107, 108, 110.
Yeah.
So you can almost predict that once you get there,
Yeah.
the central bank or the market forces will play out and push the currency back down.
Wow.
So
Goodness Lord. Okay.
with those facts on your side,
Yes.
then you know that you can easily predict the forex market
Yeah.
and enjoy the swings as the market changes direction.
I'm going to ask you this. What are the risks involved? You know, I mean, let's put it as it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So some of the risks involved include the exchange rate risk.
Yeah.
For instance, let's say you want to start trading right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to operate in a dollar-denominated account,
Yes.
then you'd have to convert your Kenya shilling to dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone who was investing last year, same
Yeah.
period right now, and someone who is investing right now,
Mm-hmm.
there's a big difference
Yeah.
because the exchange rate has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment you are looking to transact and
Yeah.
deposit your money,
Mm-hmm.
then there's that exchange risk
Yeah.
that you could exchange your currency at a higher or lower value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it also works the other way around.
Uh-huh.
So if you are withdrawing money,
Yeah.
you could withdraw when the exchange rate is not very good to you,
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes it can be very good to you, like right now.
Okay.
So if you are looking to exchange your dollars to Kenya shilling, right now you're getting some good rate.
Wow. Yeah, because of course now it's buying higher.
Yes.
So let me ask you this question, because you've just mentioned it, and this is a tip as well for people who are just online checking us up. The dollar account.
Yes.
I've found it's sort of like a quiet thing for some people, but some people know about it and they have dollar accounts locally first of all.
Yes.
So that's first of all, it's possible to go to your bank and tell them, open for me a dollar account. Is
Yes.
it? What are the
So-
benefits? Tell me.
So right now, technically you don't need a dollar account to trade forex.
Okay.
So just directly from your account,
Mhm.
even from your M-Pesa account,
Yes.
you can deposit to your trading account.
Okay.
So depositing to your trading account will involve a conversion.
Yeah.
So scope markets
Yeah.
will actually give you a rate.
Okay.
This is the current rate in the market.
Mhm.
So once you accept that,
Yeah.
then they can directly convert your Kenya shillings to the US dollar.
Uh-huh.
Happens within seconds. The system is automated.
Yeah.
So you can literally deposit money like right now
Uh-huh.
and start buying currencies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, I want you to allow you to get some mint. I can see the mint is choking you there nicely. That means Melvin's is very nice and strong. Now,
nice.
ladies and gentlemen, please send in your questions, whatever you are. We're going to answer them right here because this is serious conversation about how you can make an extra dime as well. Do you have a dollar account? But you've said, I don't have to have that for me to start trading, right?
Yes.
From as simple as the M-Pesa, send
Yes.
it directly and I'm in, is it?
Yes.
Okay. The many what? Many state of many Kenyans. I don't have time for these things, you know?
Yes.
I have some spare money. I have my 100K, Rufus, so what will I do, you know?
I would say
And I don't want to lose the money.
Yeah.
Yes.
opportunity often looks like work.
Yeah.
You feel like it's too difficult, but a lot of things have been digitized. And
Yes.
this process has really made opportunities available to people.
Mm-hmm.
So over the last 1 year, we have gotten a lot of new traders in the market, especially during the lockdowns,
Yeah.
where people were forced to stay home. So they had
Is
to
it
learn
because
some.
guys had more time to read about these things or they
Yes, they
spare
had
money?
time to learn a new skill. So if you
yeah.
could allocate 1 or 2 hours a day
Yeah.
to learning, not trading, just
Yeah,
learning.
just learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it comes to learning, we have a lot of resources. We are doing daily webinars, free of charge, Monday to Saturday.
Yeah.
At the same time, we have what you call a demo or a practice account.
Yes.
So on the practice account, you'll get virtual money. You'll get $100,000,
Okay.
not real money,
Just for you to practice.
virtual money. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get access to the real actual prices, real actual markets. So if the current rate of the euro is 1.this,
Yeah.
you can actually buy some euros on your virtual account, hold on to them, see how it plays out, experiment with the risk management tools, look at stop loss, take
Yeah.
profit. So you basically get to interact with the platform, understand how it works, and the moment you feel you are ready, you can actually start small and then build bit by bit.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So that means, as of today, if I decide, you'll be able to give me that platform so that I can try with the virtual money
Yes.
and see how I can make some good cash.
Yes.
And then when I'm ready, I can now put in the real cash.
Yes.
That's a good way. It's very safe in a way.
Yeah.
You're talking about learning. How would people get to learn this? Because of course this is one way, and that's why we're talking to you about this. But how would people get to learn?
So we have a website where we basically provide free education.
Yes.
So the education is structured to cover different people with different levels. So we basically start you off with a very basic introduction. What is Forex?
Yeah.
How our price is formed, what is this, what is that. Then we take you step by step. This is the trading platform. This is how it works.
Yeah.
This is where you click if you want to buy. This is the standard contract. This is what they mean.
Yeah.
And all that process.
Okay.
So we use a website called scopehub.co.ke.
Okay. Scope.
Yeah. So from that website, you also get free PDF format documents, that is notes. So you can simply download, go through them. We have YouTube videos that you can basically watch and learn. So once you learn, you actually practice those ideas. So if you're learning about the platform, you practice it on your device.
Okay. So Rufus, can I give you my money, you do this for me?
No. So earlier on,
Yes.
I mentioned that as Scope Markets, we are licensed as a non-dealing broker.
Okay.
So we are not allowed to manage funds. We don't
Okay.
have a license to manage funds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta get in there and
Yes.
get to learn it myself, is it?
Yes.
All right. That's a good one. That's a good one. So I want to put you on the spot.
Yes.
Just a little. I know I didn't prepare you for this.
Yes.
Have you done it yourself? And when was this time that you felt like, wow, this thing is good?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, I've been trading for the last 8 years.
Yeah, that's a long time, and that means you're stuck there, which is good things.
So the very first years were quite difficult because I would make money, I would lose money. You know, it's kind of difficult when you don't have a professional who is guiding you along the way.
Yeah.
And by then, education was very expensive.
Yeah.
Guys who are really doing well in the market were charging somewhere between 100 to 200,000 Kenya shillings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just for a 3-month course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to, you know, like learn online, find free resources on YouTube.
Yeah.
Had to go through a lot of strategies to find out that this one is working, this one is not working. So imagine doing that on your real live account. So you find a very nice strategy that has been hyped up on the internet. People are claiming to be making millions of dollars using the strategy. Then you try it out on your 100,000 Kenya shillings account, then eventually it's going down. So over time, I kept learning the important key lessons. I started learning that there are people who are actually doing these, they are successful, and they're also very generous with information.
Okay.
So I learned the techniques for risk management, identifying trade opportunities in the markets. And over time, I started building a portfolio for myself.
Wow. I'm going to ask you this. So I still haven't gotten that one straight up. When you noticed, like, wow, I've made a good kill here, you know, which year was that? Because now you've been 8 years in.
Yes.
Was it within your first year, or it's been many times you can't even remember?
It took me literally 3 years. So by 2016, I was making some really good income.
Yeah.
Actually, I was living off Forex.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would basically deposit money, trade, make money, pay my bills, trade, make money, pay my bills. Yeah.
Are there things that are predictable, especially with this Forex? For example, when the US election is happening, or when we're about to get to the elections here in the country, so you can tell the shilling will behave a bit this way, stuff like that. Are there things that are predictable sometimes?
Yes, absolutely. For
instance, some of
instance,
the trainings you take people through.
yes.
You
Last
can shoot
week,
an example.
there was an announcement.
Last week?
Yes, by Boris Johnson, the current Prime Minister of the UK, that he's extending the COVID-19 restrictions by 1 more month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were supposed to ease the economy, like remove all the restrictions on 21st June.
Yeah.
That was this week.
Yeah.
So by extending by one more month, the very reason he gave was that the Indian variant that is affecting India right now,
Yeah.
they did not understand the risks and
Yes.
how it would affect the UK people.
Yeah.
So he had to study it more before removing all the restrictions.
Okay.
So yesterday there was
Yes.
some news in the market
Yes.
from I believe Oxford. So these guys did a research on the Indian variant,
Yes.
and they realized that the AstraZeneca vaccine and the Pfizer are effective against the Indian variant.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
So we know that obviously Boris Johnson will remove the restrictions.
The restriction. Yes.
And once the economy is firing on all cylinders,
Yeah.
then it's going to be really positive for the UK pound.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all about capturing the information, narrowing it down to find the opportunities.
Man, you know, from what you're talking about, it means you've got to get your ear on the ground.
Yes.
What's happening, right?
So
Do you sometimes at Scope Market, because people have invested through you, do you sometimes have some, you know, alerts like, hey, check this out because of this and stuff?
yes. So what we're actually doing, we're
Yes.
building a community of traders.
Oh.
Yes. So we have a big community of traders where we share market updates, daily news, and at the same time, we
Yeah.
do live market analysis classes.
Yes.
So we'll basically do an online class, a webinar, where we discuss the current news in the market. We look at various sectors, we look at different asset classes. This is what is happening in the US, politically, geographically, technology-wise. So we cover all that content,
Yes.
break it down, and then we basically try to develop the news in the market
Yeah.
into actionable intel
Okay.
in your account.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Some questions here. How do people make a profit here?
Yes.
You can just shoot a quick answer. I know you
Yeah.
have mentioned it.
So yeah, you basically speculate that an asset is going up or down.
Yes.
So if you speculate that an asset is going up, let's say you're looking at the exchange rate between the US dollar and the Japanese yen. So if you realize that it's probably going up, then you buy low,
Yeah.
you hold on for some time.
Yeah.
That will be upon you. You can hold for an hour,
Yeah.
you can hold for a day, a week, a month,
Yeah.
and then you sell when the price goes up, and the difference is your profit.
All right. There you have it. Another question. This thing looks elitist. Is it? You know,
Yeah.
just answer it as you can.
So it's not elitist, it's accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
So we know there's a current revolution happening in the US right now.
Yes.
So a lot of retail traders have joined the stock markets.
The stock
And-
markets.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's not just the Americans, but it's happening globally. So young people have realized that the financial markets are now accessible to everyone. So you can take advantage of these opportunities
Yes.
from anywhere you are in the world. So all you have to do is to invest your time in learning, and once you learn, then you technically go for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. There you have it. Another question here. How are prices determined in this market? And I think I want to add just another thought that I have in my mind. Because currencies are controlled by the, CBKs, CBK is Kenya,
Yes.
by the CBs, central banks of the whatever countries those ones are. Am I trying to predict an answer there to that question? But
Yes.
how are prices determined in this market?
So when it comes to the Forex market,
Yes.
it's free market, meaning that the exchange rates are determined by participation.
Yes.
So I'll try and break it down into a very simple analogy.
Please help us out.
So
yes.
let's say we use this cup. So there are so many sellers that are selling this cup in Nairobi right now. okay?
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
assuming that the cup is standard, just like currencies, if
Yeah.
one Kenya shilling is worth this, then it's worth the same wherever you are in the world.
Wherever you are.
So assuming you have a standard cup, you want to sell it in town, you can go to various shops and find the buyers. So one buyer could give you a quote. Let's say they are buying at 10 shillings, another one will buy at 20, another one at 100, and so on.
Yeah.
So if you examine all the buyers in the market, at the end of the day, you're going to settle with the buyer that gives you the maximum value.
Yeah.
So you, let's say, find a person who is buying it for 1,000 Kenya shilling, so you sell to that person.
Yes.
So what is actually happening is that these buyers are competing against each other to set the price of the cup.
Oh.
Where the highest buyer sets the selling
Takes the
price.
day and sets the pace.
Yes.
Yes.
So the same case happens in currency markets. So there are so many people right now who are looking to buy the US dollar.
Yeah.
So they will basically place bids online on the Forex market at different prices. So you as a participant, if you're looking to sell your dollars, then you sell to the highest bidder.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then make your kill from there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a demand and supply thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember my business classes, you know?
Yeah.
When the demand is high, the price is high.
Yes.
Such kind of things, right?
Yes. When demand goes up, a lot of people are willing to buy this cup. They're willing to offer more and more, higher and higher bids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So price goes up.
And that's where people now do their reserves. You can reserve some of your dollars to sell them at a particular time and make some kill, is it?
Absolutely.
Wow. There's a quick question here. How do I get started?
So getting started, I'm working with Scope Markets, the best broker in Kenya.
Absolutely.
So,
I like that. The best broker in Kenya.
Yes. So it's actually factual.
It's
we
factual.
recently got an international award as the best broker in Kenya.
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. Okay.
So you basically visit our website, www.scopemarkets.co.ke, and then register.
Yeah.
So registration is a very small online form. You enter your name, email address, phone number, and then accept terms and conditions, register.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to be over 18. Then after registration,
And have some money.
yes, there's a KYC process.
What is that?
It's a know your customer process.
Oh, know your customer process. Okay.
Which is a requirement by the CMA to make sure that people don't trade illegal funds or do some money laundering stuff. So it's a necessary requirement.
Okay.
So you'll need to fill the KYC form,
Okay.
fill your personal details, employment, or your source of funds, and also upload 2 documents.
Yeah.
So you'll need a document that shows who you are.
Yeah.
In that case, you upload your national ID card, and also a document that shows where you live.
Okay.
So best document to use is your KRA PIN certificate because it has your
All
address.
the details that you
Yes.
need. Yeah.
So once you're there, then go through our online classes. So it's very important that you learn fast before you invest.
Did you say the online classes are free?
Yes.
Wow.
So they're on a website called scopehub.co.ke. So go through the first lesson, understand what the Forex market is. Go through the second one, look at the MetaTrader 5 trading platform. So it's simply an application that you can install on your device, your laptop, your desktop, your tablet, or even your mobile phone.
Yeah.
So once you learn how to use it, go through with the classes. They are ordered very well. And once you understand and practice, at some point you are going to feel this is now the time for me to start investing. So once you understand that, then the next step is to basically invest some money and also join our live market analysis sessions so that you can get daily updates of what is happening around.
So you guys have some daily updates that you give?
Yes.
All right, and make some predictions as well.
Yes. So we have a lot of teams that are working together. So we have a lot of people who are invested heavily in the markets, people with a 10, 20-year experience. So they do live market classes, telling you that this is what is happening in the markets. We think that this could be happening soon. So they basically guide you, show the do's and don'ts. So if you're a complete total beginner, you just deposited your $100, $200, then you have somebody guiding your hand. So think about it this way. I'm assuming you have gone to a driving school.
Yes, I have.
Yes. So at the very onset, you will get introduced to a book with the rules, showing you that these are the rules of the road.
Absolutely.
So think of that as the education we are giving you at the beginning. These are the rules of the game.
So that when you get on the road, you're good to go.
Yeah, you also get a table where you experiment. So you are shown this is how you shift from this lane to this other lane using a toy car.
Okay.
So that's the demo account, where now you have some toy money, you toy around with that money in the financial markets, and then you understand how it works. But now, at some point, you have to put your life on the line. So you are given a driver to assist you along the road. So now you take on the actual vehicle.
Wow.
So that's the moment now you deposit your first money, $100, $500, and so on. But on your first vehicle, you're not looking to drive to Mombasa, Kisumu. You don't have a destination.
Yeah.
You're only there to learn how to drive a vehicle.
Okay.
So on your very first account, you are only there to learn how to trade a real account.
Okay.
So the funny thing about real account trading is that there is emotions involved. So when it comes to a live actual vehicle,
yeah.
so it's not like when you are driving on the table.
Absolutely.
So your life is on the line. You
Yeah.
could make a mistake. You could get into an accident.
Yeah.
So that's why you need someone beside you.
That's true.
So we have mentorship sessions. So we basically take you through the trading process. So this is how you narrow down to a trading idea.
Yeah.
So we show you the risk management tools. So when it comes to executing your first trade, we are there with you. So once we take you through the first, second, 3 months, you will feel that now I'm comfortable. Now I can drive by myself.
Yes.
And now that's when you, let's say, deposit $1,000 and then start having some trading goals.
Okay.
So just like in a vehicle, once you are ready, you feel like now I can drive to Nakuru, I can drive to Mombasa on my own.
Okay. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, because from what you have spoken, rarely will you ever see some drastic changes on the currencies, you know, like, oh, tomorrow we wake up and the shilling against the dollar is 250, as you give us an example.
Yes.
So then would I be correct to say that this is a fairly very secure asset to trade in?
Yes, it's a very secure asset to trade in, but when you say rarely, it means there is that possibility that something could happen.
Something can happen.
Yeah. For instance, it happened some, I think 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
The president of Turkey fired the central bank governor. The inflation was on the roof, and the currency shot up by, I think, 17% down. So we are trading the US dollar against the Turkish lira. So it shot 17% within a second.
Wow.
Yeah. So it doesn't happen daily, but it's something that could happen. Yeah. So you have to be always prepared. So in the education, we basically equip you with that knowledge and show you the risk management tools such that whenever you're entering a trade, you're not risking your entire capital. You're only risking a small proportion of your capital.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the fact that this happened within a second. My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. How long do I need to get started? I think the question is, we've talked about what it takes to get started, but how long do people take through those classes? How long, in your estimate, on average, do people take?
So depending on the time available on your side, it can vary. So if you are investing 1 hour per day, it obviously will be different from someone who has 4 or 5 hours in a day. Yeah. So in general, within the first 2 months, you should understand the entire market, the entire dynamics and concepts. Yeah. You should actually be now trading your $100, $200 account. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's a good span. It's like a short class and you're good to go, right? Yes. So also those people who have a lot of time to allocate, it takes shorter time, definitely. Yes. Right? Okay. Can I trade alone, or do I need to go through a broker?
Definitely, yes. You can trade alone. Yes. You can actually literally go to a Forex bureau right now, buy some dollars, keep them in your house, and then later on, when the exchange rate goes up, you go back to the same Forex bureau, sell back the dollars at a profit. But there are more things in line that will help you when you're trading with a broker. Yeah. So one thing is that you get live market updates and also liquidity, meaning that you can settle your transactions instantly from anywhere in the world. Yeah. So at the same time, there's what I mentioned as leverage. So you can trade a bigger amount than your balance. Yeah. So with leverage, scope markets will provide you with more funds to take on a bigger position, thereby expanding your opportunity, but also your risk. Yeah. Yeah. So when I mention leverage, it's two-sided. So you can, it's like buying a bigger land. Yes. So if the bigger land gains by a certain proportion, you make a lot of money. You make more money. But if it is on the losing side, then
you're just making kidogo too.
Yes. Yeah. So besides leverage, you also get support in terms of education. You find a lot of analysts in the markets. Yeah. So you definitely need a broker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just almost get to a close with this because we're coming to the tail end of the conversation. What's the future of Forex trading? And I'm asking this on this context because we are seeing a rise of the digital currencies.
Yes.
Fintech fully, some of them really embracing this. And so, and I think one of the countries is actually Nigeria, because there was a forum here, the Africa Digital Summit in the country.
Yes.
And I participated there, and I listened keenly to the speakers, and everybody kept talking about the future of finance is fintech.
Yes.
Now we're here telling people you're trading on currencies.
Yes.
Of course, we have seen even here locally, I mean, the
Yes.
government is still wary and saying they're still observant.
Yes.
A lot of even leading markets are still observant.
Yes.
So in a nutshell, I know you've already got it. My question is, what's the future of this
So
from where you sit?
yes. So national currencies are not going anywhere. I'm not going to lie.
They will never go anywhere.
They are not going anywhere. So what's actually happening?
Yes.
It's an advancement in technology.
Yeah.
We acknowledge that when tech comes, you have to adapt.
Yeah.
So central banks are catching up.
Yes.
If you look at the Chinese government, the US government,
Yeah.
they are looking into what we call a central bank digital currency.
Okay.
So when it comes to the Kenya shilling, probably we are going to have a Kenya shilling that is now digital.
Or that is
So
now digital.
rather than having the physical Kenya shillings, you'll be able to send from wallet to wallet without having a lot of friction. That is, you don't pay fees for the transfer.
So countries will have their own digital currencies.
Yes. So
Hey.
having the digital currencies basically kind of harmonizes or levels the playing field, where now you can opt to change your digital currency into any other currency such as Bitcoin or any other.
So the trade still continues on.
Continues just normally. What will change is that we will no longer have the physical
cash and
transactions.
all
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's an interesting one. Okay, central banks are becoming innovative by themselves. So I think we want to close it at that. But before I close, I just wanted to ask you to remind people how they can get onboarded to Scope Market.
Yes.
And of course, your parting shot to the people, because now they're saying, okay, good lessons. What is the last word from this great guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say there's so many opportunities right now in the financial markets,
Yeah.
and the information is readily available.
Yeah.
So from Forex Trading, when there's an announcement about GDP inflation in the US,
Yeah.
it's totally digital. So
Yeah.
you are getting the exact information
Yeah.
at the same time that a guy in Wall Street is getting the same information. So advantage is to everyone.
Yes.
So at the same time, when it comes to starting trading, it's very easy. You don't need too much money.
Yes.
So I would definitely go for it.
Yeah.
So besides Forex, there's other asset classes. So you can invest in low risk assets such as indices. So if you invest, let's say, in an ETF,
Yeah.
you could get, let's say, 13 to 15%
Yeah.
on average in the market
Yeah.
per year,
Yeah.
which is much better than what you're getting if you are just relying on saving your money somewhere. Okay. So besides these, there are other assets that are outperforming in the market. If you look at stock markets, if you really do some good research,
Yeah.
you can get a gold mine.
Yeah.
An example,
Yeah.
for people who invested in Tesla stock, we all know Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla, man. Yeah.
Yeah, they hit up to 600% last year.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Wow.
10 times your investment.
That's a lot of.
Yeah,
That's a huge one. Is
Yeah.
it? Is it? Yeah.
yeah, it's big. So right now, if you look at the leading companies, some of them are doing 100%, 50, 80%. If you look at companies such as Volkswagen that
Yeah.
are transitioning from gas-fueled vehicles, now they are going electric. They are really performing well. And by getting these opportunities, all you have to do is to have a plan on how you start investing.
Yeah.
So if you're not investing yet, I would suggest that first of all, you look at your finances,
Yeah.
look at your debt situation.
Yeah.
So before you invest, first of all, get out of debt. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So get out of debt, start building a portfolio. You can start even with one share.
Yeah.
Next month, you buy 5 more shares.
True that.
The other month, you buy, and you keep on building a portfolio.
Wow.
And then over time, you'll find that you have created a good vehicle
Yeah.
that is giving you dividends and some good growth. So if you have an, let's say, investment goal. So everyone has an investment goal, be it charity, be it you are looking to become a dollar millionaire, building a home, owning a house, you know, whatever your investment goal is, it requires finances.
Okay.
So one of the easiest ways to reach your investment goal is to start investing early, bit by bit, keep building that account, and then over time you're going to see the overall return.
Wow, wow, lovely. Where do people get Scope Markets?
So Scope Markets is located in Westlands,
Yeah.
West Side Towers, Lower Kabete Road,
Okay.
4th floor.
Okay.
So right now we are discouraging out of visits due to
Of course,
COVID
it's
regulations.
COVID time.
Yes.
Yes.
So our services are completely digital.
Okay.
But if you need to visit the office, it's open Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So go to www.scopemarkets.co.ke and then register right away.
Wow, lovely. There you have it. Goodness Lord, it's been an hour of talking about Forex. Lovely conversations here. The future is not yet gone in terms of currencies, because some people were saying it's gone. No, it's still here. Central banks are also considering doing their own digital currencies. Interesting thoughts there. That's a takeout for me.
Yes.
But we are so glad that we had this conversation. Thank you so much, Rufus, for coming, and shout out to Scope Markets for what they're doing. And by the way, you say there's something that you have been licensed to start doing even locally here. Do you want to mention that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we don't have derivatives very popular in Kenya for Kenyan stocks.
Absolutely.
So we are launching derivatives.
It's a fairly new product that they've
Yes.
brought in. Yes.
We're launching derivatives for the big 6 companies in the NSE.
Okay.
So we're looking at Safaricom, KCB Bank, Equity Bank, ABSA, EABL, and BAT.
Yeah.
So in the next couple of months, I don't know when, so still speculative,
Yes.
we'll be offering these on the platform,
Okay.
meaning that you'll be able to enjoy when the prices are going up
Yeah.
and at the same time when the prices are going down.
Okay.
Yeah, so which is a really big step in the NSE. Hopefully it will be competing with other global exchanges.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And of course, we want to appreciate the fact that right here at BizTalks, we'll be having conversations about this whole issue of money markets. Even what you just had, derivatives, we'll talk about them here. So that at least you can get to learn and diversify your portfolios we have talked about. Once again, thank you so much, Rufus. I have to end because Kenyans end many times, so I just want to be very precise and say bye-bye.
I
So
really
thanks a lot
appreciate
for your
this.
time. Thanks a lot for coming as well. Thanks a lot for your time. That's it for us here right now at BizTalks, and we want to wish you a happy weekend. Keep working. Bye-bye.